this windbreaker, I will link below where to get it. It's April, and we are here to talk about Melissa Moreland today. I would like to note at the beginning of this, I was not able to find any family members for this person. So if any of you are the family members or know the family members, please link them below because I would love to share this video with them. Melissa Moreland was also known as Missy. She was a 21-year-old girl with light brown hair and green eyes. She was between 5'2" and 5'5" and around 105 pounds. She lived a very happy life and was known to be really outgoing. She did live with her parents in Hampshire County, but she was also known to stay with friends quite a bit. In November 1985, she was attacked by David Dwight Walls. She wasn't his only victim. He had also attacked another girl around this time. Missy and this other woman did go to court and testify against him. He was charged with sexual abuse and assault and should spend about 40 years in prison with these charges. He did go with a plea agreement though to plead guilty to unlawful wounding. This severely shortened his sentence. He was charged with only a year in jail. And if you can believe it, he was pardoned. So he was actually out of jail in about 4 months. On October 23rd, 1987, Missy left her parents' house to stay with a friend. She didn't disclose who this friend was though. And like I said, it was very normal behavior for her to stay at friends' houses for a few days at a time. She was last seen at a gas station that was formerly known as High's Gas Station in Paw Paw, West Virginia. No one is exactly sure the actual time that she was seen there, or who she was with, or if she was even driving. But we do know that she was wearing a white blouse, blue jeans, and high top sneakers. She also had on a Hampshire High School class of 1984 ring and a watch with a burgundy band. Her parents didn't immediately file her missing or even realize she was missing. Like I said earlier, it was very normal for her to stay a few days with a friend and they just assumed she was there. In 1984, you don't just have like cell phones and stuff like that are easy to get a hold of people. So there would be days that her family would probably go without talking to her. The police seem to have done as much as they could in this case. There is a very in-depth investigation done by Sheriff William Pitzer at that time. And then later, Sergeant Larry Bradley from the state police took over in the 90s. During the reinvestigation, dozens of people were re-interviewed. They searched several locations, there were several suspects, and followed several leads. And at one time, they had even brought psychics in to try to just find something in this case, but no conclusions were ever found. There was a little morbid glimmer of hope in 1989 when there were remains found in an animal pen, but once testing was done, they were not Missy's. In 1999, they tried to reopen this case with the FBI and Sergeant Robert Cooper of the state police. Captain Tim Stapleton from Morgan County even tried to help with them, but they again were unsuccessful at finding anything. In 2014, Sheriff Casey Bohr and Captain John Eckerson searched a location in Augusta, West Virginia. They had been tipped off of some remains that might have been there, but again, they were unsuccessful. Her father did end up passing away in 2013, never to know what happened to his daughter. Police do believe after 34 years that she most likely is deceased. They do suspect foul play, and they do not believe this was some random act. And something I watched in one of the police interviews is that they are worried that everyone they interviewed wasn't 100% truthful. They do believe someone knows something and just is not coming forward with it. Something does get posted of Missy Moreland every single year to try to keep her story alive and in the public's eye to hopefully have someone come forward with some answers. There was a rumor that she had moved to Maryland and got married and was living under a different name. But again, the police have stated there is absolutely nothing that lets them believe that, and have stated that there's no reason to believe she's alive. And from what I could find, as of July 31st, 2019, this case was reopened again. Most believe this does have to do with the Dwight David Walls that she helped put in jail. Most believe it's for revenge for almost putting him away for 40 years. And I could go on a whole other tangent on why it's really that someone who was going to get 40 years actually only got 4 months. But that is a good motive to want to hurt Missy. I didn't really look into the other girl that was attacked because I just wanted to keep her privacy and let her live. So I'm not sure if she was ever questioned or interviewed, but they seem to have interviewed pretty much everyone Missy knew. And Dwight was looked into as suspect, but from what I could tell, there was just never any evidence to link him to what happened, or at least enough they could have held him on. But this is a case I wanted to talk about because that is a true fear of most people that have been sexually assaulted to come forward. Missy did not have any luck with the system. Someone who assaulted her and sexually abused her was out in 4 months, and I don't think someone's anger towards the person that put him in jail would diminish at all really in 4 months. So most people do believe he had something to do with it. And that is a woman's worst nightmare, to watch her abuser get out of jail with hardly anything. This man easily could have been the one that hurt her, and we might never know. And if he would have just stayed in jail, and maybe if we didn't let him plea bargain down 39 years, Missy would still be around today. And I could go into a whole other video about how bad sentencing is for sexual assault and things like that. But Missy deserved to feel safer for longer than 4 months. And it's really just unfortunate to have watched this case unfold because it's not really like anybody did anything wrong except for the court system. Missy's family wouldn't have thought to ask who she was staying with if she didn't always offer that information and had been fined multiple times before. So you can't really blame them for not knowing where she was going. And you can't really blame them for not reporting her missing sooner if she had a habit of staying with friends for a couple days at a time. In the 80s, you weren't always in constant contact like we are now. It wasn't as easy as to send a text message to somebody. If they didn't know where to call, they couldn't call her or get a hold of her. And it really does seem that the police did everything they could. Tons of interviews. They had several suspects they looked into. They searched several locations, and from what I can tell, they followed every lead they got. And this is just a case that was too well covered up. But like the police believe, I do think that someone has to know something. And I know it's been over 30 years, but it is not too late to come forward and give any information you have on Missy Moreland. And that is all I have on Melissa Moreland today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please go like this video and subscribe for me and hit that notification button. That way you're notified the next time I upload. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.